Broncos coach could be forced to act after Reece Walsh Change goes too far in Ashes Test. What if the boldest evolution in a champion's game could summon ghosts of glory and whispers of doubt, forcing a coach to confront the fine line between genius and gamble? Headingley Stadium pulses under a Yorkshire November sky in 2025. The air sharp with wood smoke and the salt of the nearby sea. The stands a cauldron of green and gold against the relentless red of England. It is the third Ashes Test, the series already Australia's, but the weight of history presses down like the ancient stone arches overhead. The Kangaroos, clad in their emerald jerseys, warm up with the quiet intensity of men who know legacy is not inherited. It is earned, try by try. Reece Walsh, the Brisbane Broncos electric fullback, has been the series supernova, 2 tries in the opener at Wembley, a sin bin drama in Liverpool that tested his fire without dimming it. At 23, he is the Code's prodigy, the one they call the Justin Bieber of Rugby League for his flair and his flowing locks, a Queenslander whose every step echoes the untamed spirit of the outback. Opposite him, England's Dom Young and Harry Newman patrol with the hunger of a nation seeking solace after 2 defeats. Please like, share, and subscribe for more sport talk content. The whistle shrills, and the game unfolds like a storm gathering force. Tackles cracking like thunder, offloads spinning through the chill. Australia leads 12-4 at halftime, Walsh's boot-threading conversions like silken threads. But in the second half, with the score teetering at 18-8, England's hooker Harry Litton receives the ball near halfway. Walsh, eyes locked on the decoy runner, commits, lunging not for the passer, but for the ghost, his hands clawing at air in a bid to snatch the pass or smother the support. The crowd inhales sharply. Litton dummies, a feint so subtle it might have been scripted by Shakespeare. Walsh buys it hook, line, and sinker, his body fully extended, leaving the corridor wide open. Litton glides through untouched, offloading to a rampant Dom Young who sprints 40 meters to score under the posts. The English fans erupt, a roar that shakes the rafters. Scarves twisting like flames, chants of swing low rising in defiant harmony. Walsh rises slowly from the turf, fists clenched not in anger, but in the quiet fury of a lesson learned too late. In the coach's box, Broncos mentor Michael Maguire, newly at the helm after a turbulent transition, leans forward, brow furrowed. This is no ordinary error. It is the backlash of brilliance. Walsh's change, born in the NRL Grand Final where he heroically smothered Ryan Pappenheisen's winger to seal Brisbane's premiership, has become his signature. The audacious intercept, the gamble on genius over safety. It saved games before, but here in the international crucible, it costs one. The try stands, converted, narrowing the gap to 2 points. Australia's bench murmurs. Nathan Cleary exchanges a glance with Cameron Munster, a silent vow to atone. Walsh jogs back, head high, but his eyes betray the storm within. The prodigy who dazzled Wembley now dances on the edge of scrutiny. The referee's whistle resumes, and Headingley holds its breath, the moment suspended like dew on a spider's web. The Kangaroos respond with grit, Harry Grant burrowing over from dummy half, Cleary's boot restoring the buffer. But the damage lingers, a 4-pointer that injects life into England's fading pulse. As the clock winds down, Walsh atones with a late double. First a sharp break that slices the defense like a hot knife through fog, then an opportunistic gather from a Newman fumble. The final siren wails at 38, Australia sweeping the series. But the Headingley faithful file out murmuring not of defeat, but of the what-ifs born from one fullback's fatal feint. On X, the verdict is swift and merciless. Walsh wobble trends alongside Ash's sweep, clips of the dummy looping in high-definition horror. Genius or gambler, one pundit tweets. Broncos fans defend fiercely. He won us the GF with that instinct. While neutrals dissect, trust your mates, Reece. Not every play needs magic. The footage spreads to pubs in Brisbane and backyards in Leeds, a viral cautionary tale of hubris in the House of Heroes. News cycles ignite. Sky Sports runs a panel dissecting the Walsh shift, tracing its roots to that grand final heroism where he forced the pass and felled the flyer. The NRL app crashes under traffic, analysts praising the intent but decrying the execution. In Australia, talkback lines blaze, old-timers invoking the ghosts of regressive fullbacks like Darren Lockyer, who patrolled with prudence over panache. The moment embeds into rugby league's rich tapestry. Headingley, birthplace of the sport in 1895, has witnessed revolutions from the Northern Union schism to the Super League War. Walsh's lapse echoes those pivotal eras, Andrew John's dropped ball in 2005 or Billy Slater's midair mishap years prior. Yet it deepens the narrative of evolution, the game's shift from grind to gamble, where fullbacks like Walsh are artists, not just custodians, but artists who must learn their canvas has edges. Fan reactions ripple across the divide. In England, a wry respect blooms. He gave us hope for 5 minutes, a Leeds diehard post, photo of his grandson in a Walsh jersey. Back home, Broncos supporters rally with murals at Suncorp, Walsh mid-lunge, captioned Dare to Dream. The error, so public, becomes private fuel, a spark in the club's preseason embers. This is the alchemy of sport, where innovation invites interrogation. Walsh's change, that daring dive for disruption, mirrors the code's heritage of boldness, from the 1908 Kangaroos barnstorming tour to the 1990s video ref revolutions. But it underscores a timeless truth. Genius unchecked is a double-edged blade, carving paths to glory or graves of regret. We see in this lapse the mirror of our own ambitions, the leap of faith in boardrooms, the risky pass in relationships, the intercept we attempt when safety whispers retreat. Rugby league, with its collision of cultures and classes, teaches that sportsmanship is not flawless execution, but faithful evolution, owning the overreach, refining the fire. Character emerges not in the try scored, but in the tackle missed. Walsh, the boy from Cherbourg who rose through adversity, racial taunts, off-field whispers, embodies resilience. His coach, Maguire, faces a fork: curb the creativity that defines him, or cultivate it into something unbreakable. The decision will define not just a season, but a soul. Values here are visceral. Trust in the collective over the solo flourish. Humility in the heat of the highlight. The Headingley hush after the try was not derision, but a collective intake. The crowd, rivals all, recognizing the cost of courage. In that shared silence, sport reveals its sacrament. We fall to rise together. Legacy whispers through such watersheds. Walsh's double erases the error from scorelines, but etches it into lore, a chapter in the fullback's Bible, alongside Brett Stewart's recoveries and Slater's redemptions. For the Broncos, it is a prelude to 2026, where this vulnerability becomes virtue, the change tempered into triumph. In the quiet of the team hotel that night, Walsh sits with his boots unlaced, replaying the footage on his phone. Munster slides beside him, arm around shoulders. Mate, that dummy, Litton's a snake. But your tries, poetry. Walsh nods, voice thick. Felt like I betrayed the boys. Won't happen again. Munster smiles. Nah, it'll make you mythic. Cleary,